Good morning, Tullahoma. I'm John York.
And I'm Akil.
Maltla will be offering an ACT prep class for students. The fee is $60 plus the price of a textbook at $30.95. Registration deadline is today. Please stop by the counseling office for additional information.
FBLA lollipop sales will begin Monday and run through Friday, September 25th. Members should stop by to check out lollipops to sell. The cost of lollipops will be $1 for all students. Proceeds support March of Dimes and other community service programs.
FBLA will have its September chapter meeting next Tuesday, September 15th. Members, please make plans to attend. We will be making gift bags for the Ronald McDonald House.
Now let's see that lunch.
What about that lunch, Akil?
I bet it's going to be tasty. Grilled cheese, Italian ravioli and breadstick, sweet potato and cinnamon, sugar snap peas.
Looks pretty good. Seniors, there will be an important financial aid meeting on Monday, September 28th at 6 p.m. in the auditorium. A representative from the TSAC will be here to discuss the Tennessee Promise and FAFSA. Senior parents are encouraged to attend. Stop by the counseling office if you have any questions.
Any current Spanish Club member is invited to drop by any of the Spanish teachers' rooms today or Monday in order to vote in the runoff election for the 2015-16 Spanish Club officers.
There will be an FCCLA meeting in Ms. Lynch's room on Wednesday, September 16th at 3:20. Please make plans to attend.
A boys' volleyball competition between the 4 grade levels will take place during Fan Frenzy. Members of our girls' volleyball team will be coaching the teams. We need players from each grade to participate. Sign-ups will be in Ms. Brown's room before and after school today. Come and show support for the THS volleyball girls by playing for your grade's team. Make sure you sign up for that.
Yeah. Sounds like it's fun. I've done it every year so far since I've been in high school, so it's fun.
I'm gonna do it.
The Department of Chemistry at Middle Tennessee State University is excited to announce the first offering of an annual scholarship tournament. Participating students will be high school seniors who have completed at least 1 year of high school chemistry.
Every student will be asked to nominate a maximum of 3 students to sit for a 90-minute examination covering topics typically encountered in the first year of high school chemistry. The examination will be given on the morning of Saturday, October 17th. See Ms. Pollitt, Coach Lester, or Ms. Mitchell for more details or to be recommended. The deadline is September 30th.
Ms. Sisk is holding an informational meeting for the spring break Washington, D.C. and New York City trip next Thursday, September 17th at 5 in Ms. Sisk's classroom. If you are interested and can't attend, please email or come see Ms. Sisk.
THS students interested in taking the PSAT should register with Ms. Booten in the counseling office. The cost is $30 and test date is Wednesday, October 28th. Registration deadline is September 21st.
Tonight we are playing Shelbyville, and the theme for the pep session is going to be America. So make sure you wear red, white, or blue. Bring the hype, Tullahoma. Should be a good game. Akil?
Now we'd like to end the show with a 9/11 tribute for all of the men and women who lost their lives.
Tuesday, September 11th, 2001. 8:45 a.m. Hijacked American Airlines Flight 11 crashes into the North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York. 18 minutes later at 9:03 a.m., the South Tower of the World Trade Center is hit by hijacked United Airlines Flight 175. 9:30 a.m. From Florida, President Bush declares,
"Today we've had a national tragedy. 2 airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack on our country."
9:40 a.m. The FAA halts all flight operations at U.S. airports, the first time in U.S. history that air traffic nationwide has been halted. 9:43 a.m. The Pentagon in Washington is hit by hijacked American Airlines Flight 77. A portion of one side of the 5-sided structure collapses. 10:10 a.m. The South Tower of the World Trade Center collapses, plummeting in the streets below. A portion of the Pentagon collapses. At the same time, hijacked United Airlines Flight 93 crashes in Somerset County, Pennsylvania, southeast of Pittsburgh, 85 miles northwest of Camp David. 10:28 a.m. The World Trade Center's North Tower collapses from the top down, releasing a tremendous cloud of debris and smoke. Over the next 2.5 hours, security is tightened, federal buildings are closed, and America watches in total disbelief. 1:04 p.m. President Bush puts the U.S. military on the highest alert worldwide. He asks for prayers for those killed or wounded in the attacks and says,
Make no mistake, the United States will hunt down and punish those responsible for these cowardly acts.
1:27 p.m. A state of emergency is declared by the city of Washington. 1:44 p.m. 5 warships and 2 aircraft carriers leave the U.S. Naval Station in Norfolk, Virginia, to protect the East Coast from further attack. 4:25 p.m. The American Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, and the New York Stock Exchange will remain closed on Wednesday. 5:20 p.m. The 47-story Building 7 of the World Trade Center complex collapses. Other nearby buildings in the area remain ablaze. 8:30 p.m. President Bush addresses the nation.
These acts of mass murder were intended to frighten our nation into chaos and retreat, but they have failed. Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America.
10:56 p.m. New York City police believe there are people alive in buildings near the World Trade Center. Search efforts continue undeterred. Wednesday, September 12, 2001, 8:11 a.m. New York City Mayor Rudolph Giuliani announces that several firefighters and police officers have been rescued. 8:40 a.m. The Pentagon continues to burn. 10:53 a.m. President Bush calls events an act of war. He says,
Our military is powerful, and it's prepared. The search is underway for those who are behind these evil acts. I've directed the full resources of our intelligence and law enforcement communities to find those responsible and to bring them to justice. We will make no distinction between the terrorists who committed these acts and those who harbor them.
1:07 p.m. FBI team searches a Boston hotel for suspects in the terrorism attacks. At least one person is arrested. Others are reported to be in custody. Over the next 2 hours, American Airlines and United Airlines released passenger lists, and we learned that Air Force One and the White House were intended targets. NATO declares terror attacks in the United States can be considered an attack on the whole alliance. The search effort goes on. The grief, horror, and total shock continue. America, however, remains strong and refuses to let terror rule her people. Over the next 24 hours, Congress will approve monies for a war against terrorism. President Bush is moved to tears, but shows his resolve to see justice done. And miracles continue to happen as more survivors are found and their stories told. This is just the beginning.
Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. America has stood down enemies before, and we will do so this time. None of us will ever forget this day. Yet we go forward to defend freedom and all that is good and just in our world. Thank you. Good night, and God bless America.